What had to be addressed was the importance of shared governance, that everyone would, you wouldn't be taken over, you'd have a say, that you'd be an owner of the new body. And then through your ownership and your participation in the governance of the Institute, you'd have more influence and you'd be able to address your challenges better. It was in collective partnership with the other AMSs across South East Queensland. So that was one we had to address straight up, was the importance of the arguments about autonomy first coming together. And the reality was that you get jolts in life. Sometimes you've got an opportunity to go either of two ways. And I thank and I always acknowledge the leaders of our organisations at the time who were very courageous and be able to talk about some fundamental changes, not just within their communities in Brisbane, but also with peak bodies as well, because we weren't necessarily the most popular kids at one point, but our leaders backed us. Because what they said we was we weren't community control anymore, because we dared change, and adapt. So again, it was through straight conversations about the fact that we'd now govern this regional entity together, collectively, but also that that we would back ourselves to ensure that outcomes would demonstrate the cost of the investment. Whether it be in dealing with politics internally within your organisations, or even dealing with some of the opinions of others. And they were community controlled, and they were peak bodies from a long distance away. They didn't have a solution for what needed to happen in South East Queensland, so we had a straight talk of why we're listening to them. When's the last time they rocked up here? What's their solution for addressing the big wait list we had for getting Aboriginal kids in to see an audiologist or a speech pathologist, which had gone into the years? And what was their solution for getting dental services up in South East Queensland? No, they just let them talk, because that's a peak body. Let's us talk about what we need to do here. So it was some straight talking, some good language was used in some of those discussions. But that's the only way you get clarity and commitment, is that you're able to air all your concerns and be confident then in what's being proposed. And we had a lot of work. We had to go to each of the individual member organisations, to their boards individually, to get resolutions. We had countless meetings. We worked on the Constitution, and it kind of, we've got this thing about Murray time. Aboriginal people are pretty relaxed and can't make decisions quickly, and this whole thing about consensus. Well, we were able to make some fairly big decisions quickly because we didn't do the old consensus cop-out. We said, no, leadership's actually about building consensus, not seeking it. And that's what we did, and our leaders did. They went back to their communities, back to their boards, back to their membership, and argued the need for change. And as a result, we got the start. And with the start, we were able to demonstrate, we're not finished yet, but definitely been able to progress from what was a vision to a reality. So,
and I think so that was in 2009, the thing about independent directors. So we have the 4 Aboriginal Medical Services own the organisation, but then we have 4 independent directors. And the 4 independent directors are skill-based directors. Now, all of our organisations now have within their constitution around, and they did that a couple of years ago. Yeah, well, it's been longer now, around independent directors. Talk with different people from across the country who want to come and talk with us about our governance. We've also, addressed issues within organisations around immediate families, being in senior management and being on boards together, all the things across, and that's across 4 Aboriginal organisations, old ones, and so it's the same sort of thing. One of the things, I guess, around the independent directors things, and some people, and so they say, well, we've got a thing for independent skill-based directors, but they must be Aboriginal. It's not the point. So and how we talk through mob, and when you say about hard conversations you have to have, was that, so, and I say, we're medical services, so if you had an opportunity for, say, mob from, the eye research mob or Fred Hollows, and you want to do something about cataract surgery, right? That's in your strategic plan. You're going to do something about eyes in your community. Now, this is wherever you are in the country. You want to do something about eyes in your community. Well, if you get the person from the Fred Hollows Foundation to sit on your... Now, if that person happens to be Aboriginal, that's really good, because it's about who Fred Hollows then talks to, because what you've got in your strategic plan is... So, it's not a race-based position. It's about what you want for your mob, and it's that thing then about, for your community, what you identify around what are the strategic needs. So the governance and forming of the Institute, and around that conversation, it was those types of things. Don't get caught in this thing of, they're mainstreamists, they want us all to be, it's all about white people taking over. No, it absolutely is not. It's about you, and you, or you as the Aboriginal, as the owners of it, you appoint who these people are. You make sure that this, that they're of benefit to you. It's not just because the government tells you have to have independent person on your risk and audit committee.
They didn't tell us that.
On your risk and audit committee or whatever. They didn't. That's right. So it's that thing about why you're having an independent director, why in your governance, because it should all be linked to your strategy.